They are all living differently. The younger sister was born different. She was born disabled and she walks by the help of crutches. She also has myopia. Clementine was born normal. As she was playing in the compound with other children, she felt a sudden pain and from there she stopped walking. She was rotting and spent 5 years sleeping. That people thought she was dead and no one believed she was still alive. Families abandoned her that she decided to wander on streets while begging. But this mother could not let her suffer on streets but vowed to be by her side and live together. This mother is a real-life hero. She does everything and makes sure that these children have a better life. Meet our friends who are living differently. This elder sister Clementine was born normal without any deformity. She was a beautiful, tall, black girl who walked on her feet. She says all her parents died when she had only 7 months, and from there life was always full of misery and suffering. She was raised by different family members. She was never given parental care. She was always not treated like a child at home. In 2017, she suffered an unknown disease. She decided to visit different hospitals, but the medical bill was too much to be affordable by this young lady, who opted to go for traditional medicine but still ran out of budget and had to come home and wait for death.
Ntiyadufashije Clementine. Amfashe ndimo nkina n'abandi bana njya mbyibuka hari ahantu mu karitsiye turimo gukina noneho narirutse numva akaguru kandiriyemo hano mu murundi.
I remember it all, how it started. I was playing in the compound with other children. I was running and felt a sudden pain down on the ankles. I told those children that I got injured, but I was young. I kept on playing. The next day, the leg started swelling and I was feeling too much pain. They took me to the hospital. Reaching there, doctors gave me a transfer to a bigger hospital. There was no one to help me at the hospital, and it required a certain amount of money. So I did not accept the transfer. I instead chose to come back home and lie on my deathbed. For God's mercy, neighbors could visit and help me. One could wash me up and the other would bring me food. They tried their best and made sure I stayed alive and clean, but they had no money to take me to the hospital.
Ikibazo ni ukuryama cyane naryamye hafi imyaka nk'eshanu imyaka nk'itanu yose nta kubyuka ntaki.
I slept on the bed for 5 years and waking up I found that legs could no longer manage to make a single step. People could come and lift me, then take me outside for sunshine, then bring me back to bed. During those 5 years, other people who could not see me around thought I was dead. Among those 5 years, people who could not see me around thought I was dead, and none of them believed I was alive. Later, there arose family disputes, and I had to come in this area searching of how I can earn a living. I went to the streets. I had in mind that I would collect capital, then start selling some sugar canes. So I came to the streets begging. In so doing, I met this mama who asked me about my life, and I had to share everything with her. She could see that I even failed paying rent. The landlord was about to evict me from the house. She felt some empathy for me, then asked me to come to his family. Coming here, I found she had a disabled daughter and we now live together, and I'm thankful for her help.
Miss
witwa nde?
Kelia Gasaro.
Keri ufite imyaka ingahe?
10.
My mom always say that being a doctor suits me, so I'm studying hard, though I'm still in primary 1. But I have a great ambition of becoming a doctor after graduating. If not, I'll put my candidacy and ask people to vote me for the president. She's the mother of Kelia. But after seeing this girl who crawled and suffered with life, she decided to bring her at her house. We talked and she tells us more and more of her life with all these disabled girls. and how she took Clementine from the streets and made her feel at home.
Yego n'uwanjye niwe mfura yanjye. Kelia yavutse muri 2010.
Kelia is my firstborn. She was born in 2010. She was born premature and spent her first 2 months at the hospital. When she had 4 months, I noticed her legs had some deformity. Her feet were not straight and I had to take her to the hospital and they gave me some shoes for her to wear. But that wasn't a solution either. As she grew, the condition kept on being worse. I decided to take her to a physiotherapist for at least once a week. When she had 4 years, she started crawling until we realized she wanted to walk but had no ability to walk. So we brought her these clutches to help her walk. She was also born with eyes problem, but I was not aware of that problem. After seeing how she always brought all objects closer to her eyes and stares too much, I took her to the hospital and doctors said that she had short-sightedness or myopia. So they gave her eyeglasses so as to help her see distant objects clearly, not blurry. Due to spending too much time taking her at the hospital, she delayed starting her schools. That is the reason why she is in primary 1 yet she's 10. Of course, finding her a school was very difficult. Not every school wanted her. They could see her as a burden. Finally, I saw a school that has teachers who are assigned to taking care of disabled children. Now the challenge I face is that school is not near our home. It's very far away from here. I have to work harder to provide fees and transport. I always make a follow-up on her studies and she's so intelligent in class. This mother of Kelia tells us how she met Clementine and why she chose to bring her at home, even when she had another disabled child.
Mu by'ukuri Clementine aduhura numvishe ngize impuhwe muri njye.
I felt empathy for her. I knew I had Kelia and new challenges of raising a disabled child. So after talking to Clementine and knowing how she has lived her life, I couldn't let her continue suffering with life, going on the streets, begging and living alone in the house and struggling with rent. Her life was too risky. I called her and we talked and shared lunch. Though I had a small house and I'm also renting, but this did not stop me from welcoming her. I asked her to come and live with us. She accepted and she was happy for it. So she came here and this is how we started living together. And I treat her like my own child. There are a lot of challenges I face as a person who is unemployed and has to take care of these disabled children of mine. We live a simple life. Sometimes we fail to get even lunch, but that's okay as long as we live peacefully with each other. If there is what to eat, we share as a family. Before bringing her, I was afraid, wondering how the husband would react to having another person from nowhere. But my man surprised me. He took her as his own child.
Clementine aramutse abonye ubufasha akavurwa. Mba numva muri nje afite icyizere ko yakira.
Clementine needs medical support and we believe when given treatment she can be okay. She can again walk on her feet. But she also needs a wheelchair to at least help her make some movements more easily than the way she crawls. But my daughter also needs treatment. You can help these children with medical support or help Clementine get a wheelchair by donating via the GoFundMe link found in description and pinned in top comments. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for food and for the gift of life and for the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies only in yourself. Gratitude can transform common days into thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Make it a habit to tell people thank you, to express your appreciation sincerely and without the expectation of anything in return. Truly appreciate those around you, and you'll soon find many others around you. Truly appreciate life, and you'll find that you have more of it. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah, and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.